Here we go. Computer Science Essentials, Activity 3.1.2, Variables and Conditionals. This activity is going to take you through learning some more basics about the Python programming. Since we are in text-based coding right now, it's very important to understand the syntax, camel case, underscores, characters, and how all those play into coding our projects. A couple of things when you get into MyPLTW, make sure you're in the preview section. As with any MyPLTW activity, it talks about the goals of what you'll get out of this lesson. It gives you a task description, and then it gives you some essential questions to think about. When you're going through this activity, I'd also make sure you have your developer's journal opened up, because as you can see, there are quite a few key terms to fill into your developer's journal. Make sure you're reading through all this information. Whenever you come across this kind of yellow-orange PLTW computer science notebook, I'd make sure you're reading that information. This is technically stuff that you would add into a developer's journal or jot down notes if you need it. Make sure you're expanding the information and really absorbing that information they're trying to give you across that. Step one, this is what I wanted to kind of point out to you. You are going to see these interactive embedded, they're called trinkets, in MyPLTW activity. This is a way for you to look at code, run code, make changes to code. If you look, it says in step one, review the code and predict what the output will be. So we have 3 variables, they're all song, they all have different, they're all equal to different things, and then on the 4th line, we're printing the song variable. So when I run this, which is this little triangle button, over here on the right, I'm gonna see what my output is. My output is geese, which is the last line 3, song was equal to geese, so that's what the output is. Step 2 says try adding the hashtag in front of lines 1, 2, and 3. Add it one at a time, multiple times, at the same time, see how the output is different. So if I add a hashtag on line 1, you're going to notice that my font becomes green. That is now considered documentation. It's not part of the code anymore. It's a way to document lines out. And then when I run it right now, it's really still going to give me the same output because my last song is what it's going to print. If I hashtag out line 3 as well and now run my code, my output should change because the only active line of code right now is line 2. So that's kind of what that is, just showing you how you can use this interactive. If you want to reset the code back to normal, which that can happen sometimes, if you go up here to the left to the 3 lines and do reset, and it says, are you sure? And you say, yes, I'm sure, then it's reset. If you want to make it bigger, you can go to the full screen mode as well, and that will make this interactive be more of a full screen mode for you. So you just want to make sure you're going through, reading everything, getting the key terms, trying any of the interactives. Then you get here to this next one, which is step 3. Here's another interactive. How do you run it? Make sure you're looking at the check your answers. They always want you to look at the code. Don't just run it. Look at it and try to figure out what it's doing. We have a mystery value variable that we are assigning type hello world to, and then we're printing mystery values. So what do you think the output's going to be? As you scroll down through this, there's going to be some different things, just really reiterating a lot of the things that we've already gone over with data types, booleans, functionals, conditionals, that kind of information. Here at step 6, so we've got some run code to verify your predictions. This goes with step 5 up here. You were to kind of predict what the output would be, and then down here they've written the code and you're going to run it to verify your predictions. After you run it and you have your output displayed, this step 7, save a copy of your predictions in code as directed by your teacher. Well, if you look at the developer's journal, whenever you see this save a copy, I'm pretty much just right now asking you to take a screenshot of your code and the output and inserting that into your developer's journal. So as you keep going through, there are quite a few of these little interactives to go through because it gives you a little bit of information and then it teaches you the code. Then it gives you a little bit of information, then it teaches you the code. So just make sure you're working through all these, taking the screenshots when needed. We're learning about data types and booleans and lots of stuff. They do become a little more complicated as you get through them, just because we are to the point now that we should understand how code is. This is just reviewing and also teaching you text spaces versus block coding. Nesting, we've already done nesting and block coding, so hopefully that makes sense. We're just now looking at it in a text-based language. And then once you get through the entire thing and you've saved all your copies, you are then just to the point of finishing out the developer's journal and then uploading that document to say you're done with 312. As always, if you have any questions, please email me and I'll do my best to help you.